أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ولا أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We are in the 13th juz, the second half of the 13th juz. The second half of the 13th juz comprises of Surah Ra'ad, that's the surah we just concluded in the third rak'ah, and Surah Ibrahim, which we started in the fourth rak'ah and will conclude at the end of the Taraweeh prayer. This is Surah number 13 and Surah 14. Surah Ra'ad is named after the thunder. It has a very beautiful, very powerful ayah that describes the thunder. وَيُسَبِّحُ الرَّعْدُ بِحَمْدِهِ. In ayah number 13, Allah describes the thunder praising Allah. Okay, so this is a description of the thunder and of what exists in nature. And Surah Ra'ad has a lot of those. In the beginning of Surah Ra'ad, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala presents many different or highlights many different things in nature. For example, He says, He is the one who الَّذِي مَدَّ الْأَرْضَ وَجَعَلَ فِيهَا رَوَاسِي. He is the one who has stretched out the earth and put on it mountains. The idea of it being stretched out is that you can keep walking. As long as the land is there, you can keep going on it, right? Even though it's a sphere. By the way, the idea of the earth being a sphere was established by the ijma' of the Sahaba, by the way. Ibn Taymiyyah quotes this consensus of the Sahaba that the ala kurawiyat al-ard, and the ayah they used to back that up is in Surah Zumar. Okay, يُكَوِّرُ اللَّيْلَ عَلَى النَّهَارِ وَيُكَوِّرُ النَّهَارَ عَلى اللَّيْلِ. So the idea of مَدَّ الْأَرْض is the earth, despite it being a sphere and it's round, you can keep walking on it and you're not going to fall off. That's what the ayah is referring to. And that's a beautiful thing to think about. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala points out to the plants, the different types of plants on the earth. And He says that صِنْوَانٌ وَغَيْرُ صِنْوَانِ يُسْقَى بِمَاءٍ وَاحِدٍ. That they are all different types of plants, but they're all fed from one water. That's the source of their nutrition. The soil, of course, but the water is the same. And the same soil, and you have different plants growing. إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَعْقِلُونَ. In that lies great signs for people who have intellect. People of what? Aql, ya'qilun. This is a very important idea in the Quran, that you have to use your intellect. You have to look at what Allah has created. You have to ponder over what Allah has made, how He has made it, the system of life that He has created. That informs us about our belief. Again, religion isn't just only rationality, it's not proofs, it's not math, okay? But it's not either just complete close your eyes spirituality and just follow the crowd. It's a mix of intellect and sound heart. Because when you don't have intellect, the religion becomes fables and tales. And if you don't have the spirituality, the religion is reduced to just, prove everything to me before anything can be accepted. Like prove everything's, with a scientific proof. Otherwise, I don't accept it. That is a dangerous path. Both of those ends are dangerous. And the Quran points out that لَآيَةً لِقَوْمِ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ لَآيَةً لِقَوْمِ يَعْقِلُونَ. You have to engage your brain. Okay? And you have to engage your heart as well. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala references الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَتَطْمَئِنُّ قُلُوبُهُمْ بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. People whose hearts find rest in the remembrance of Allah. Those two go hand in hand. Very beautifully, this point is made in Surah Ra'ad, along with more evidences for the Prophet or the Prophet ﷺ, and some scenes from the Day of Judgment and Paradise and Hellfire. And the next surah is Surah Ibrahim. Surah Ibrahim is named after our Prophet, our father, Ibrahim alayhi salam. His story actually in Surah Ibrahim is very short. It's only a glimpse of his story. Only the last little surah talks about his story. And only the part where he's leaving his family and walking away. Where does he leave his family? Mecca. He leaves them in Mecca and he's walking away. But Allah describes as he is walking away, him making dua. Him making dua in that really stressful time. This is an important lesson for us. That dua is to be made at all times, of course. But dua is how we seek clarity in life. Dua is how we try to make our decisions. Our decision making process, whether it's small things or large decisions that affect our lives, dua has to be an integral component of that. And Ibrahim a.s., as he's leaving his family, and walking away, he's making a very profound and very powerful dua, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for many things. He says, for example, that, oh Allah, I have, Rabbana inni askantu min dhurriyati biwadin ghayri dhi zar'in inda baytika al-muharram Rabbana liyuqimu salah. Oh Allah, I have left my family next to your sacred home in a valley where nothing grows. But Allah, I have left them at your command, liyuqimu salah, so they can establish the prayer. فَجْعَلْ أَفْئِدَةً مِّنَ النَّاسِ تَهْوِي إِلَيْهِمْ. So, oh Allah, make people's hearts inclined to them, and give them from provisions, from what grows on the earth, لَعَلَّهُمْ يَشْكُرُونَ, so they can be thankful. The idea being, Ibrahim a.s. is worried for the future of his kids and his grandkids. So he says, oh Allah, I want you to help them establish the prayer. He in fact says, رَبِّ جَعَلْنِي مُقِيمَ الصَّلَاةِ وَمِن ذُرِّيَّتِي. Oh Allah, make me of those who establish the prayer and my progeny. But also you can't do this alone. You need the people. You need a group of people. As great as Ismail al-Islam was, as great as Hajara radiallahu anha was, as great as all those people were, you need others to support you. فَجْعَلْ أَفِئِدَةً مِّنَ النَّاسِ تَهْوِي إِلَيْهِمْ. The community support is necessary. So Ibrahim al-Islam is making dua for them, that Allah give them all the necessary things they need to keep their iman, to keep their faith. Make them of those who are thankful, لَعَلَّهُمْ يَشْكُرُونَ. But before that can happen, give them the things that they need. Salah, the community, the rizq that they need, the provisions they need, so that thankfulness can be achieved, gratitude can be achieved. It's a very beautiful dua. And one last thing I like to point out from his dua of Ibrahim alayhi salam. We did like a 4-hour lecture series on Surah Ibrahim, so I'm not going to go into too much detail Surah Ibrahim. But he says very powerfully, Alhamdulillahi alladhi wahaba li ala al-kibari Ismail wa Ishaq. All praise is for Allah who gave me Ismail and Ishaq despite my old age. This is the attitude of gratitude. He could have said, oh Allah, what's up with that? I was so thankful, I did all of these things, and I didn't have a child until I was so old. He could have complained about his situation. But instead of complaining about his situation, he's saying, Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me these children despite my old age. That's the attitude of the believer, brothers and sisters. That's what shukr means. That we are thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all circumstances. The good times and the bad times. And the bad things that we think are bad, the things that are not optimal, even those we say, you know what, Alhamdulillah, Allah has given us this. That's the attitude that Ibrahim a.s. teaches us. That's what we learned from Yusuf a.s. last Taraweeh as well. That is what faith is supposed to be. We ask Allah to give us that kind of faith and that kind of gratitude. Wa sallallahu ala nabina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.